back to Evony with Genghis. So I want to talk about what I did today. I was so excited and then really let down, and I wanted to make sure no one else fell for this because there isn't a lot of information out there about amplifying sieve gear, and I wanted to go through it with you. Obviously, to amplify sieve gear, you got to spend some money, both to get the sieve gear and to get the amplification stones. So Aptoide code floating across the screen right now if you are a coiner. Anyways, let's get to what happened. So I woke up, I was like, non-event. Wow, a wheel, awesome, Wheel of Civilization, exactly the one I need. I needed it for this. I had, I think, 19 out of 30 Rurik pant fragments, and I needed to get to 30 for the final level. So I'm talking about amplifying. I'm going to show you choreo for a second. And the reason I'm going to show you this is, so first of all, let's look at my gear. I got 2 stars, 3 stars, and 2 stars. And what you can see here is you can see dots on this, I guess like kind of asteroid system or something like that. So let's, so these are the ones that are not filled in, right? You can see me coloring them. So the thought was, in my mind, was you fill all of these and then you get the full rewards. And if you look here, that's it, right? It's 20, 20, 20. All of them, I think, are 20, 20, 20 when you get there. So I was doing Rurik. Why was I doing Rurik? Because I wanted the March capacity. And if you look at rule number 5, or 4, it says current attributes will take effect regardless of whether the corresponding gear or equipment is worn or not. So that means it works all the time, right? Just like owning the full set. So I wanted the March size capacity. And quite frankly, I do like the choreo set, but I just think it's only one set of attack in city range, and then the rest is, you know, a debuff that's not too overly important because I'm pretty maxed on both of them, and then reinforcement capacity, which I don't see that as too important. So I wanted the March size. Anyways, I had 14 of these 15 done, and here they are. Here's the ones that I went with. Got them all done. I needed just one more to finish. So I was sitting at 10, 10, 8. And I was like, but I only needed one more blue dot. So if I do that, will it then complete and you just jump to 20%? So I did it. And then I find out, like, wait a second, it's still sitting here at 10. I'm like, what's going on? I reset the game. I'm like, I don't understand. I thought I figured out a way that you didn't have to amplify the supremacy gear. And then I finally clicked on one of these blue things, and it's like, oh, great. So you got to actually do the other ones to get it up to the final level of 20. So for anyone who thought the same as me, it's probably not worth it. And the thing is, as you're amplifying, it costs more each time. So if you're going to amplify right here, it only costs you 8. And if we go back to my choreo, we might be able to figure out some of the other ones. So to go to 3, it costs you 24. And to go to 5, it's going to cost you 30 of them. I think it costs 3 full sets to go up to the maximum 5 levels. And anyways, this one's 16 to go to level 3. So anyways, just so my thinking of my strategy, and I think most people would think the same now, it's just not worth the payoff to use all those fragments. Because what you got to do to make fragments, you got to go in to the actual piece of gear that you have. Where is my gear here? It should be right near the top, right here. So what you got to do is you got to go into this, and you got to take one of these pants, and you would open it, and you'd make 30 fragments. Or you can make new gear. So I think the better payoff is probably just amplify random ones, not random, but selectively with which buffs you want, So for example, if this was a buff that you wanted in city siege and range and city ground and mount, this actually looks really good for something that's not wall gear. If those were the ones you wanted, just amplify those up 1 or 2 levels and get each of these to like 4% or 6%, and then move on, and then go over to here, and maybe you're interested in range attack at siege HP. Amplify that a couple levels, get those ones, move on. It's just not worth it to use all of those fragments, because the payoff to go from 6 to 10% isn't as big as going from 0 to 4%, because of the number of fragments needed to get those final percentages. So big mistake by me, but figured it out. And well, I guess I run out of fragments before I run out of meteor stones, but either way you run out of something. So I guess I'll just have to adjust my strategy a little bit on that. Let me know if anyone else got screwed up like that with me, but hopefully I just saved some people some mistakes. So anyways, like, subscribe, leave a comment.